Hey, welcome back to my channel. I thought in the spirit of Halloween, we're about, I think, a week or so away of Halloween. I thought maybe we'd like to do something creepy, and I was going to be going to the cemetery to visit some graves of loved ones, and this particular cemetery happens to be a pretty famous one in terms of Chicago history, because it contains the final resting place of quite a few, if not most, of the Chicago mobsters, what they call the Chicago outfit. So we're gonna go on a ride and take a look at Mount Carmel Cemetery, just outside of Chicago in Hillside. It is a Catholic cemetery, primarily Italian families. It was consecrated in 1901, and it is 214 acres. It contains 226,300 graves. One of the notable things about this particular cemetery is that it has 400 private family mausoleums. It also contains the grave of Al Capone. So I think we'll take a look at that and see a few notable people as well. It's a pretty drive. The leaves are starting to change, and I think the rest of the week is supposed to be raining, so it's kind of our only day if we hope to get this in before Halloween. I actually wanted to take you to another cemetery where a number of my loved ones are also interred. It's an indoor mausoleum that is kind of unique in that it's it's all completely inside, so it's heated, it's air conditioned, there's places to sit, there's fountains, it's very beautiful. However, they, I believe, are no longer, it's full. In other words, they're no longer offering burial sites anymore. So they're just interring the people who have already purchased plots. But when I go there, it is so creepy because there are no visitors. Like, every single time I have tried to go and visit, I pull up to the parking lot and there is not a single car in there. That's very intimidating to walk into a place like that, because I'm extremely sensitive to spirits, and when I walk into a place like that, I liken it to walking onto the center field of the Super Bowl or something. It is as if every single eye is on you. And the last time I was there, which was a couple of years ago, it was pretty funny because I had quite a startle. I was there alone, and the thing is like a maze. They try to incorporate just as many walls as possible so that you can have as many people buried there as possible. So you're kind of weaving in and out, and going around the corners. And as I said, there was no cars in the parking lot. There is not a sound in there, except for the fountain. And I come around a corner and come face to face with this woman, and we both scared the crap out of each other. It was it was actually really funny later on, because she was the maid, so she had on a cleaning lady outfit, and I think she had a cart with her, and she didn't speak English. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, you know, and I'm talking to her in English and she's speaking in Spanish, and neither one of us know what the other one is saying, but we both freaked each other out, and it was pretty funny. So that's the bad thing, because you want to, I thought, yeah, that would be a nice place to be interred, but if it's so creepy that you don't want to go visit there, then what's the point, right? I mean, why would you want to be there if no one's going to want to go and visit? At least outdoors, you can feel more comfortable. You know, you're not in an enclosed space. You can feel a little more at ease to visit and stuff. So yeah, that was a funny experience, and I haven't been able to go back. You know, people say, oh, I'll go with you, we can go together. Then you say, let's go tomorrow. Oh, I'm busy, I can't make it, I've got stuff to do, I don't want to get up that early, because, you know, the place is only open until I think 4 p.m. And well, my friends and family don't like to do anything too early, certainly on weekends. And Wolf Roads in Hillside, and this is where you'll find Mount Carmel Cemetery. As you can see, lots and lots of graves. And we are approaching the entrance on the right. So welcome to Mount Carmel Cemetery. I think maybe we'll just take a little ride here, because I actually see someone at Al Capone's grave right now taking photographs. So maybe they'll be gone. And there's probably that car actually that was also waiting, was probably wanting to do the same thing. I'm just looking at the visitor hours, November 16th through February 28th. Visiting hours are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. March 1st through October 15th, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. So that's going to coincide with the daylight hours, really. They don't want people here after dusk. So what I was telling you about is there are 400 private family mausoleums, and some of them are extremely old, some of them not as old, but you know, just because, say, you know, this one here was 1928, it says, people, you know, usually there's at least 6 spots contained in one of these family mausoleums. So, you know, you can fit quite a few people, and you know, the burials will usually be staggered, and a lot of these have glass in them. So, you know, we're gonna get out and take a look at some, and you can actually look in. So I'll try to get that on film if we can. It is a little disconcerting when you look in and you can see the caskets. Sometimes they're covered with marble. That one looks super old. I don't know what's the best way to show you, from the side or from the front, so maybe we'll go back to the front. I don't know if I'll show you or tell you which one is my family's mausoleum, just for privacy, really. There is also a statue here that's kind of famous. It's called the Bride, and maybe we'll try to take a look at that one too. She was a young woman who died during childbirth, and her family was, you know, obviously her parents were particularly distraught, and for whatever reason they decided to bury her in her wedding gown. So her mother was plagued with nightmares that went on for years, and in the nightmare, I don't remember exactly if she believed that she wasn't really dead, or it was some strange thing. But after years of the nightmares, her mother and father had the grave exhumed, and they found, after, you know, I think it was like 7 years or something like that, her body was still in pristine condition. So they believed that it was, you know, incorruptible, and that she, I don't know, it was like almost like she was a saint or something. If I can find the story, I'll try to talk about it more. I think she's over here. There it is. Why don't we get out maybe and take a look. So this is the grave that I was telling you about, referred to as the Bride. The name on it is Bucola, and it was actually, you can see this is the headstone monument that they chose, with the statue of her in her wedding gown. And there's a photo on here. Filomena Bucola. It's actually easier to read through the camera than it is in person. She was 29 years old. oh wait, no, I think it's Julia. I think her name was Julia. And here's the picture of her in her wedding gown. As you see, the monument really captures her likeness. But down here is a picture of when they opened her grave years later. And as you can see, her body is still perfectly preserved. You can see the casket looks pretty water damaged, but her body, at least her face, looks very well preserved. So that's the bride, Bucola. We'll take a look now at some other notable graves here at Mount Carmel. Approaching the grave of famed mobster Al Capone. And I'm gonna try to get a better shot here and dodge the goose poop. As you can see, the Capone family monument. And there's quite a few members of the family who are interred here. And you go right down here to see Alphonse Capone, 1899 to 1947, My Jesus Mercy. So we are standing on his grave, actually. Right here. And to the left of him is his mother, Teresa. So he preceded her in death. He died in 1947 and she's in 1952. And to her left is Gabriel. Died in 1920. And they all have the same inscription, My Jesus Mercy. And then to the left, I'm not sure the relation, but they all carry the name Capone. A number of other family members here. And that looks like it ends the Capones. There was one other here to the right of Al. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Looks like there's 11 that are beneath the Capone family monument. I didn't even notice this before. It has, looks like somebody damaged the top of it and left 2 quarters and a penny. Even looks like someone dug some dirt around it. You know, that's, I don't know why you would damage it. So every sinner has a future, every saint has a past. Here is the Capone monument. Here's the grave of Frank Nitto. They have a monument here. And Frank's grave. Here, Frank Nitto, 1888 through 1943. Rest in peace. Is the inscription. To the right, a family member, and as well to the left. And I'm reading here the inscription. It is, "There is no life except by death. There is no vision but by faith." And a Christian cross there. All right, onward. We'll take a look for a couple of other noteworthy graves. All right, guys, we're here at the monument, as you can see maybe behind me, of Dean O'Banion. And it is quite a tall monument. We'll get a little bit closer and see his headstone, and which I believe is right there, and see maybe if there's some other family members there too. 1892 to 1924. Looks like this could use a little restoration. I've actually seen people here on YouTube that do restoration of monuments and headstones for complete strangers as just a goodwill. Not that, you know, necessarily this individual is deserving of that gift, but just in general, there's a lot of older stones that the family is gone, or they become forgotten about. And it's kind of a good reminder for your own loved ones. If you can, take a trip to the cemetery and, you know, cut the grass around the stone. Sometimes that gets overgrown. And, you know, this cemetery is still active, obviously, and it's maintained really beautifully. But there's a lot of places that are not. And they get overgrown and neglected. And if you're able, it's a really nice thing to do. Just to spruce it up a little bit. I was just gonna look here at this mausoleum. Take a shot. It's a private family mausoleum. And as you approach, I don't know if you'll be able to see inside or not, but that's what that looks like. They have the individual crypts, stained glass window there. And this looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 on each side. And the family maintains the keys as well as the cemetery itself, so they're able to go in there whenever they want. Pay your respects. It's a really nice thing. That's what the side of it looks like. It's a beautiful thing if you have the means to be able to provide something like that for your family, and it serves as a lasting monument. Here we are outside the Giancana family mausoleum. Leaving Giancana's grave mausoleum, we're going to be heading north a short distance to check out the final resting place of Dennis Farino, the actor. He passed away a number of years ago, but he was a Chicago native, and he was laid to rest here. Well, try as we might, I was unable to locate Dennis Farino's headstone. From what I understand, it really is just a plaque in the ground that was recently placed. So I looked, I didn't find it. It's supposed to be in this section. So we're giving up on that one. But we got to see a number of other interesting, notable people here at Mount Carmel. So here we are at the family mausoleum. Nice neighborhood, good school district. What more could you want? But they're all pretty much the same inside. I don't know if we'll be able to see too much. They all have the wrought iron. And it looks like we have two vases of fake flowers and a broom. So, you know, always want to keep it classy. 4 on each side. So thanks for coming along with me today. I hope I was able to show you a little bit of Mount Carmel, some of the more interesting or noteworthy monuments and mausoleums and graves. There are over 200,000 souls at rest here, and room for quite a bit. Thanks for joining me on my tour of Mount Carmel Cemetery in Hillside, Illinois. On behalf of me and my family, thanks for watching, and check back next time for another video. I love you for watching.